Welcome Aries to this reading for the month of January. This is Amani from Year of Hue, and in this video we will be looking at some of the energies available to you in the coming month. So different challenges, different opportunities, questions, insights that will be coming your way in January. And this video is for everyone who identifies with Aries, whether it be your sun sign, your moon sign, or not in your birth chart at all. If you resonate with the Aries energy, then this video is for you. And so, this being the first week of January, I know many of us will be thinking on intentions for the rest of the year. And while this video will be talking about those types of things, it will primarily or especially be speaking to the intention that I've set. So the intention for this video is, how can we begin to manifest that which we most desire in the month ahead? So if you want to go ahead and sit with that as we shuffle the cards, then we can begin. Thanks. So in this reading we'll do 3 cards. So the first card is going to talk about the beginning of the month, second card will talk about the middle of the month, and the third card will talk about the end of the month. And yeah, we'll just proceed like that. Okay, so the card for the first of the month, for the beginning of January, is Neptune in Pisces. Let's make sure everyone can see that. So we have Neptune in Pisces. And Neptune in Pisces is the pool. The pool is an energy that talks about depth, and so it talks about really getting into the feeling of things and going deep, right? It's not about staying on the surface. So I think in the beginning of this month you may be finding that you have a lot of opportunities to jump right into the depths of something. For Aries, this is something you're already inclined towards, just jumping right in. But I think here you're going to find a lot of opportunities to go deeper than you might otherwise. So really just to engage everything very fully, to experience something very fully and intensely. That's some of the energy that Neptune in Pisces, the pool, brings to you. So in the beginning of this month you will, in order to manifest that which you most desire, Aries, you will want to start with really engaging everything very fully. This is not a time to stay on the surface. This is not a time for light chit-chat or quick decisions, but really bring yourself fully to everything that you engage in the first of the month. And with our second card we have Neptune again. But this time we have Neptune in Scorpio. And Neptune in Scorpio is the ring. So with this continuation of Neptune, we'll see that in the middle of the month for you, there is still a similar sense of heightened awareness or sensitivity or feeling. And you may be experiencing things a lot more fully than you feel like you usually do. With Neptune in Scorpio, the ring, the middle of the month might present some times to really to commit, to follow through, to really set some new patterns. So in the beginning of the month you have an opportunity to really get into these depths, but the middle of the month is an opportunity to stay there. So you may be presented with different romantic or intimate opportunities to engage others. And you can, you might be exploring ways that you want to manifest that relationship more deeply, how you might want to connect more deeply, and those energies might begin to fade, but you have an opportunity with the ring to have a commitment and start making agreements and start whatever it is that is going to allow you to stay within that feeling that came up at the beginning of the month. So we see a progression from sort of jumping into a lot of feelings and a lot of sensitivity and a lot of awareness, and we want to handle that gently but fully. We want to go into that very fully. For Aries, that's not too much of a challenge, so you may find a lot of these things flow with what you feel naturally. But in the middle of the month, this is where you have an opportunity to stay in the types of things that you're finding. And this is maybe an opportunity, this is maybe a place where you feel like you might want to jump out. But with this energy, you will really want to slow down, really slow down, and consider if this is something where you want to continue to invest energy. And you'll find, if that's what you choose to do, that you're manifesting very deep relationships. You're manifesting very trusting and vulnerable relationships where there's a lot of feeling and a lot of intensity, a lot of honest communication, a lot of feelings like you are almost dreaming. In your career space, you'll also find this points more towards like the emotions and intuition and relationships, but it also talks about other things. So in your career, you might find an opportunity to like really delve into something new in the beginning of this month. But in the middle, you find an opportunity to maybe stabilize that some and continue to use what you're finding to just have more depth in your career. It's really just about that continued sense of depth. And so at the end of the month, we have our third card. And then we have a card that's very different. If you look at these first two cards, there's sort of some similarities in color. There we have Neptune consistently appearing. And here we have the Sun and Leo. And that's a very different energy. And the Sun and Leo really, the Sun is really about what we're centering. And this may be a place where you feel maybe you're losing a little bit too much of yourself. But this card really talks about being the center of attention. It's the star, and we're talking about like an intense desire to be at the center of everything. It's hard to articulate this in relationship to the other cards, but it's really, there's the point being that in the middle of the month there's an opportunity to really stay engaged with the depths of that, and at the end of the month you may be finding that you want to pull out more, really recenter things on yourself again, be challenged by these questions of how can I feel the depths of what I experienced earlier in January, and at the same time honor the things that in the past I've honored, and the things that I've centered in the past, the things that really have traditionally felt like me, like this describes me. So with the Sun and Leo, it's really about, you may find yourself feeling fussy, you might find yourself feeling like you're not being heard, or that your desires are not being seen. So especially in relationships, this is an opportunity to question in January if that's part of what you want to manifest. Do you most want to manifest the depth in relationships and experience that you'll experience at the beginning of the month? Or do you want to more flow with the I'm going to do things my way and experience them in the way that makes the most sense to me individually? I think that's the sort of change in tone that will come up at the end of the month. So these are our three cards. So we, again, just to summarize, we have Pisces, or Neptune in Pisces, which is the pool, talking about depth and really having an opportunity to increase our awareness and sensitivity and really get into something at the beginning of the month. And in the middle of the month, we have with the ring an opportunity to commit to that depth. But at the end of the month, we're really faced again, Aries, this is for you, with the question of whether we want to sustain what we're finding as like in the ways that it's new, in the ways that it is not of us, the ways that it's not what we already know, and we have a chance to renew our connection to that if we want to, or to recenter what we traditionally know to be us. So yeah, that's the prediction, that's the forecast, those are some of the energies that you will have available to work with this month. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you found this content worth your time today, if you resonated with some of what came up. And yeah, until next time, thank you so much, and with love and light, Amani.